The United States Mint has been striking coins for over 230 years now, and in that long and storied history, there have been a great number of coins simply forgotten by the everyday public. And many modern-day Americans would look at you with bewilderment if you even mentioned those coins as a concept, let alone bring up the fact that they are literal pieces of U.S. Mint history. Well, tonight we've done the hard work for you and found two of those obsolete denominations that have simply been lost to time. These are the first year of issue coins for the 2-cent and the 3-cent nickel. And yes, you heard me correctly, a 3-cent nickel. Both of these coins are from their first year of issue, 1864 for the 2-cent and 1865 for the 3-cent nickel. And these are two coins that many modern-day Americans would not believe existed unless you showed them the coins for yourself. The obsolete 2-cent coin from 1862 is item number 9052976. That's 9052976. And the 3-cent piece, the nickel coin from 1865, is item number 9052977. That's 9052977. And both of our coins are just $34.95 tonight for living, breathing pieces of U.S. Mint history. And at those prices, we are at least $40 less per coin than our nearest competition's asking for random date 2-cent and 3-cent pieces. Now let's get into the history of these coins, because the history of these coins is also the history of the United States Mint. Now, the American Civil War was raging, and as a result, people all across the United States were hoarding their coins. Even their copper cents were being hoarded up. And this was also the same time period that there was going to be the transition away from the large cent, moving towards our modern day small cents. So you had this coin that was created in 1864 that would be struck all the way until 1879. One of the shortest lived denominations in the history of the United States. Then you had this 3-cent nickel. This special coin is unique because it was the first coin struck in U.S. Mint history to feature nickel as the primary metal. For those of you confused why we have a 3-cent nickel when the term nickel today is synonymous with our 5-cent piece, that's because the first 5-cent nickel coin would not be introduced until 1 year later in 1866. If you want to grab either of these first year of issue obsolete denominations, you can call in at 1-866-518-5933. Or if you don't feel like using the phone tonight, head on over to our website, abccoins.com, and go to the search bar on the page. And for the 1864 2-cent piece in beautiful collector's quality circulated condition, put 9052976 into that search bar. Or if you want the iconic nickel before the nickel, as it were, the 1865 3-cent nickel is item number 9052977. 9052977. And now let's talk about the other reasons for why these coins exist. Now, I was mentioning about the fact that many coins were being hoarded throughout the United States. So as a result, people needed new coins. And the U.S. Mint would roll out in 1864 this unique 2-cent piece. And part of that was to help people get accustomed to the change in size for their cent coinage, due to the fact that the large cent that it was replacing was a very big coin, and it was significantly easier for people to carry just one of these coins in their pocket as opposed to two of those near half-dollar sized large cents. And then the first year nickel, that 3-cent piece, that actually came about due to some unique things happening at the time. Like at the time, postage costs went from 5 cents down to 3 cents. So they created a 3-cent nickel to make this a bit easier for people who didn't want to put multiple large cents or bring a nickel down to be broken. Although the nickel hadn't quite been in production yet, it was most likely going to be a 5-cent currency piece. Now, the 2-cent piece is also very famous because it was the first coin in U.S. Mint history to feature the motto, "In God We Trust." This had never before happened, so it makes it a U.S. Mint first, which means it's a #1 coin among collectors. When it comes to collecting, first and last are always important. It's hard to go wrong with these first year of issue pieces. Now, to explain just how few of these coins were made back then compared to the coinage of today, every single year of issue for the 1864 2-cent piece combined comes out to 42,772,250 total coins. Compare that to the fact that in 2010 alone, the US Mint would strike well over 4 billion cents. And for 2023, for the first 8 months, the US Mint has struck over 3.7 billion cents. That is how rare these coins are when you compare them to the cent coins struck today. A high quality 2-cent piece from a random date during their mintage would cost you over $75 with our competition. We are more than $30 less at just $34.95, and each of our coins are guaranteed to be from that first year of issue in 1864. Now, as I explained, this was the nickel before the nickel, the 1865 3-cent nickel. And the reason this was also iconic, they had actually been striking a 3-cent silver for quite some time before this. The 3-cent silver was struck from 1851 up until the time of the 3-cent nickel. It was only in 1865 that would we see the release of this unique coin. However, 1 year later, in 1866, it would be replaced by the 5-cent shield nickel, and slowly over time, the 3-cent denomination would fall out of use due to its unique number and the fact that when the coins first came out, 1 cent had significantly more buying power than it did towards the tail end of the coin. It would be struck from 1865 until 1889, also making it one of the shortest lived denominations in the history of the United States Mint. And to understand just how rare these 3-cent nickels were, they would strike 31,332,590 total uncirculated 3-cent nickels during the entire run. 2023's 8-month total so far is 1.1 billion nickels, and that's just up until August. That's how rare these 3-cent coins were. When you can find a high-quality 3-cent nickel from 1865, they cost well over $100, for more than $65 less at just $34.95. That means if you grab both of these coins with us tonight, not only will you grab 2 true blue pieces of US Mint history, you're also going to save well over $95 versus our nearest competition, and both of our coins are guaranteed to be the first year of issue coins from their respective series. Coins this rare don't come around all too often, and when they do, they get snatched up to become treasured family heirlooms for years to come. Call in now and grab yours before these coins too are lost to history.